So we are finding out who the grifters are. Who are the grifters? The progressive YouTubers who are just commentators, or just, kind of spouting this and that, and they don't really care if change actually happens. Who are the grifters? So far, Ben Dixon is a grifter. Emma Vigilant is a grifter. Sam Cedar is a grifter. Anna Kasparian is a grifter. Francesca Fiorentina is a grifter. And shockingly, David Sirotto. David Sirotto, he's a dick. And I bet he's a grifter too. So, Tim Black, so it's kind of crazy. David Sirotto, I thought, was on one side, Tim Black on the other. But David Sirotto, he hates Jimmy Dore so much that he's just going to talk about how much, he's jealous of Jimmy Dore. His jealousy of Jimmy Dore is blinding him from the prize. Keep your eyes on the prize, David Sirotto, Anna Kasparian, Emma Vigilant. Keep your eyes on the prize. What the hell, Sam Cedar? What's the matter with you? We need to get universal health care, Medicare for all. Only Bernie and Elizabeth Warren was for it in the debates. So if we can get that, and if we don't, so listen to Tim Black. Tim Black surprised me.
I believe that they're safe. As safe as they can be in politics. And I believe that maybe, just maybe.
He made a good point just there. He said, or an interesting point, because the whole strategy of force to vote is the few progressives, the 15 or so progressives, hold their vote back until Medicare for All gets on the docket. If Medicare for All doesn't get on the docket, or if Medicare for All get it on the docket, and people are saying, well, it's going to lose. Well, it's not about winning or losing. It's about playing politics. So you get on the docket, you get it on record, who voted for it, who was against it, and then 2 years later, because every 2 years there's an election for the House of Reps, for all of them. So in 2 years, you're going to have progressives that's going to run against these people, and they're going to say, this asshole was against universal health care during the pandemic. This asshole was against universal health care in the richest nation on the planet. This asshole was against a human right. This asshole was against a human right. So he's saying that he doesn't think that they will be primaried. He thinks that their jobs are secure. So Tim Black thinks that, he supports the tactic. So I'll go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. Tim Black is a supporter. Tim Black is on the side of Lee Camp, Kyle Kulinski, and Gene Hugar. Tim Black is on the side of Nico House and David Dolan, Crystal Ball, and Aaron Mate, Graham Elwood, Bree Joy, not David Sirotto no more, Ron Falcone, Steph Zamorano, Richard Medhurst, and that lady from Russia Today. So Tim Black has joined the revolution. Forced to vote. Forced to vote. I don't even know why we got Pelosi in there to begin with. And Tim Black thought about shit. Tim Black evolved. Tim Black is the anti-David Sirotto. Tim Black and David Sirotto are yin and yang. David Sirotto thinks he fucking knows it all, hasn't got shit done. Hates Jimmy Dore so much that he doesn't care for Medicare for all, whereas Tim Black wants Medicare for all so much that his dislike for Jimmy Dore he's going to put off to the side.
It's more important that they push this thing. So, I don't want to go too far without saying, because there'll be people who won't even watch this video. They won't wait later if I wait later to build up to it. They're probably already canceling me on Twitter as we speak. I support holding the vote. I support holding the vote. I said I support holding the vote, and I support holding it now.
Force the vote.
What are the differences between some of us that I felt like I supported Hold the Vote back when Biden was running. It just was for, police incarceration, police brutality, mass incarceration, a contract with Black America, income inequality, the racial wealth gap. I supported it then. But you wouldn't know because you don't watch my content. You don't know who I am. I damn sure didn't vote for Biden or Hillary. If I'm not your ally, who is? A black guy who has pushed back, made countless videos about Obama, Clyburn, Kamala Harris. I mean, what else do I have to do? I'm ostracized by all of the contemporary blacks in media. And let's face it, we ain't getting no younger. It's a wrap for me. So I am your ally. Am I a perfect ally? Who knows? But are you my ally?
Yes, Tim Black, I am your ally.
I know my Wolfpack's got my back, and I love you for it, guys. Hold the fucking vote.
Yes.
No, is that resonate? Are people? Is that forceful enough?
No, it's fantastic.
I hope it is. I hope it is.
Say it again.
I got
Say it louder.
the videos taken down there.
Say it loud.
No one wanted to watch them. No one cared. That's fine. It's not about you, Tim. I'm a human being, though. We're all human beings.
I care, Tim.
I want us to hold the vote because I will never, ever, well, that's not true. If you're going to take a man out and lynch him, you won't give him due process, I won't stand with you. I was about to say I would never, ever stand against the people. But if the people are going to do some crazy shit, they're going to do some crazy things that I can't consciously wrap my head around, that I can't ethically get with, I don't care. Come for me, because I'm not going to support it. And I had to be sure that this thing that people want to do, I had to be sure that it was rooted, that it made sense, because the people that I'm answering to, people in my family, people, my kids, my wife, my mom, myself, my mirror, all those things. I had to be making sure that I was making the right decision. Not just to go along and to get along with people to make it easier so that I can get more viewership or that I can grow or that things will be easier. I'll just fall in line. I had to be sure that it was the right thing for me. Maybe that took a little bit too long for some people.
Nah, man.
Don't worry. We still don't have Medicare for all. You didn't miss it. The fight's still going on. We still got an opportunity to fight for it. I didn't ruin the movement. Some of this has been over the top. But know this. Even if we are lucky enough, fortunate enough, even if we push all the squad members to withhold a vote for Nancy Pelosi, that don't mean we're going to get Medicare for all. And it wasn't until I heard it said in a way that it resonated with me that it's not about that. There are a lot of people like me that would be on your side once they understand it's not about getting Medicare for all tomorrow, or with Nancy Pelosi on January 3rd, or even in the next 2 weeks. I mean, we wish we could. It's about seizing the moment of COVID-19. That's what it's all about. Lead with that instead of lead with pejoratives, rhetoric, and cursing out women of color, black women. That would help. That would help me a lot. Because my inbox is not just flooded with white people pissed off that I don't support certain people, but also by black women who are wondering, why the hell is this person or these people, or why are you even considering joining something that focuses on lambasting and degrading the most marginalized people in our society, black women. Second only, I don't know, we're right neck and neck with black men on this. They're like, why Tim Black? Why would you do that? And I know that's not important to you to vet this out, but it's important to me. That's my reputation. That's my brand. That's my thing. That's what I'm building. And I can't have people thinking that I don't care about that, that I don't consider that. That when you post pictures like this,
it's pretty entertaining.
And people see it, and they look at it, and they see Pramila Jayapal, Jamal Bowman, AOC, Coy Bush, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Ayanna Pressley, and Ro Khanna, when that's what they see, well, they become a little suspicious. Because there are a lot of other people that could be on that freaking list.
The optics of this, I don't know where this picture came from, but it says these 10 House reps can determine if Medicare for All gets a vote. Withhold your vote for Pelosi, hashtag hold the vote. And you have all people of color. It seems like there's maybe one white woman and just one white woman, and all the rest are people of color. So the 10 progressives that should actually say something to America. How come the only progressives in Congress are people of color? White people, you don't know what it means. Progress just means to go forward. So, we need a lot more white progressives in Congress. What the fuck, white people? But the optics, he's totally right about the optics of this, okay? Here are the 10 progressive representatives that we're going to pressure. We love them. They're the best of the bunch in the Congress. They are a block. They're a unit. They have some power. They have some sway. And they might be like the independents. They might have all the sway. They might be the one that tips, the whole conversation one way or another. But at the very least, they're, one block. So they got power. So I think Tim Black is just saying, pressure the politicians. Don't just pressure the people of color politicians. You want to pressure all the politicians. Don't let white people off the hook and just be like, hey, the one black person in Congress, what the hell is your problem? How come you haven't ended this damn war yet? So I'm okay with that. Like, I can pressure AOC and criticize AOC and Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, and Ayanna Pressley and Ro Khanna and whatever progressive is in, whatever progressive is in the House of Representatives that could vote, that could withhold their vote with the Pelosi thing. So, without hating them, I could criticize them without hating, their being, their person. So, yeah, okay, Tim Black, I hear you.
And instead of explaining and having a cogent conversation, a conversation where we examine this, where we talk about it, where we break it down, Johnston, and not vilify each other, call each other grifters and sellouts and morons and bootlickers and all these things, then we could come to an understanding of really what the focus is and why those people are there. Those people, to a lot of people that are wondering why.
This video proves that Tim Black is not a grifter. Tim Black is not a Anna Kasparian, Sam Cedar, Emma Vigilant, or Jacobin, YouTube, whoever that guy is, Ben Dixon. Tim Black is not a Ben Dixon. Tim Black is not a Francesca Fiorentina. Tim Black is not a David Sirotto. Tim Black will take his time. Tim Black will consider things, and if it's a good idea, then Tim Black will eventually come to the light. So fantastic. I'm happy to have Tim Black on, our side. We got most of the progressives anyways. There's only a handful of people that's still like, but it was Jimmy. I thought we all hated Jimmy.
Why I'm willing to do this is because the reason why those people on that page is because...
Did you know, just real quick, Mr. Black, Jimmy Dore's full name is James Patrick Anthony Dore. James Patrick Anthony Dore. He's got 4 names. Born in 1965 in Chicago, Illinois. He is 55 years of age today. 55 years old. So that's, that's interesting, right? He's 17, he's almost, 20 years older than me. But he's got style. I did like the days when Anna and Jimmy were, spitting on Alex Jones and calling him a fat fuck, but I guess those days are over.
Because those people are the best. And sometimes when you're the best, responsibility calls for you, man. Sometimes when you are of the best, when you're the best of the best, when you are
Tim Black.
when you are the people that we count on, when you are the people that we trust, then that's a lot of responsibility. And it's unfair that when you are that person, you're so great, you've earned the right to be overly scrutinized. You've earned the right to be in the hot seat because you fucking matter. Because you matter, because you are important, because you are a leader, because people do look up to you. And I know it's not fair because Jamal Bowman and Cori Bush especially, they ain't even picked out coasters yet for their tables. I mean, they just got to D.C. and they're on a list of people that got to do this or they need to get gone. And for some people that didn't make much sense, and I had to really examine this. These are people I brought on my show. These are people I consider friends of the Tim Black Show. People that I vetted, people that I thought were strong progressives. I know it doesn't matter to some people, but it mattered to me because I don't do that without good cause. Without good cause, man. So to Cori Bush, so to Jamal Bowman, and to the rest of the progressive squad.
I'm just going to listen to this for 5 minutes because we need to listen to each other. People are always waiting for their turn to speak. I'm just going to listen to Tim Black. I'm listening to you, Tim Black. And if I think of something to say, I'll jump in.
You matter, and it's important. And that's why you're chosen. And it's not to marginalize you. And I can't speak for everyone. But this moment right here is so important. It's so important because we could live another 100 years. And we may not get this moment again. So though it's not perfect, though it's...
You know Botswana has universal health care?
It's not everything I want it to be. And though the voices behind it may not be...
Okay, I don't know if Botswana does, but Ukraine, a lot of those Eastern European countries, they don't just have universal health care. They got, like, great family leave. Estonia, who would have thought that Estonia, you know, I guess, I don't know, maybe they're communists, so maybe I should have thought that, but they got fantastic family medical leave. Estonia? And Slovakia? Belarus has universal health care, but not America. The greatest country. Belarus has got health care. You're not going to die in Belarus
this is a moment.
because you don't have health care. You'll die in America if you don't have health care.
And we got to seize that opportunity where the whole world's looking. It's similar to a scene in that Bruce Willis movie, you know, the one with the end of the world coming in. I think Cuba Gooding Jr. was in it. I think it was. Or was it Will Smith? It was one of them. It was one of those end of the world. No, I'm getting the one with Cuba Gooding. That's with Dustin Hoffman. No, the one with Will Smith and the one with, the one
Bruce Willis.
That one. The aliens are coming. They got just one shot at it. And you got to hit the thing.
Armageddon.
Drop the bomb. Empty the
Armageddon.
thing. And if you don't do it right now, then the world is done. And no, it's not exactly that way because it's not the world, but it's close to it, man. And it's some people's world. It's some people's literally some people's worlds where it's a brick right now. We got COVID-19. So all the bullshit aside, my pride, my ego, my personal thoughts, my difficulties, my concerns, my qualms with people over the years, whatever it was. Fuck it. With a caveat. Recognize that you live in America, progressives. Recognize that in America there's a baggage called racism and discrimination that we've been dealing with. Us, black people, have been dealing with. And recognize that there's some people that are dealing with that now. We're still dealing with it. It hasn't changed. It's got different names. It's morphed. And through the generations and through the decades. It's taken different forms. But it still exists now. Be a little conscious, a little bit aware of the way that you speak. It'll be a lot easier to get buy-in on these movements. The way you say a thing matters. Having different voices in it, that would help. I mean, if it's not just about getting all the credit, how about having different spokespeople for the issue so that we get more eyeballs on it, so that we get it told in different ways, so that it will resonate with different people, so that other people and other groups can join us in, because if the idea is that we need more people, well, maybe we need more spokespeople.
Tim Black is a very good ally, very important and a very good ally.
For that issue,
listen to them.
So that they'll be more receptive, other people will be more receptive to the issue. I mean, if it's really about the issue, not about ourselves.
Right.
I mean, it is about the issue, not about ourselves, right?
Right.
Hold the vote. I support hold the vote. I support hold the vote. Gotta keep saying it. People may What's Tim doing? He's making it. I don't care about black people. This is not about class. This is about class, not race. This is about all of us. Hold the vote, hold the vote, hold the vote. Hell, you had me at hello about hold the vote. I want Nancy Pelosi God since I ever paid attention to politics. What are we talking about? There's nothing to argue with that. It was just the word in which we were wrong. There's nothing to pay attention to politics. What are we talking about? There's nothing to argue with that. It was just the word in which we were, all of us. Hold the vote, hold the vote, hold the vote. Hell, you had me at hello about hold the vote. I want Nancy Pelosi God since I ever paid any attention to politics. What are we talking about? There's nothing to argue with that. It was just the word in which we were wrongly, I thought, it looked to me like we were going to primary Cory Bush and Jamal Bowman and get rid of Ilhan Omar and get rid of Rashida Tlaib and get rid of this person, that person.
Nah, just keeping them, keep the feet to the fire.
I didn't have enough
The
information.
threat of a primary will keep them progressive.
What if they don't do exactly what we want them to do? What if, I don't know, some people don't even understand Washington. You ever went to a desk? I've worked in Washington. You ever been to Washington? Well, you haven't. If you haven't, you haven't. So, it's a rhetorical question, but I've worked in a government contract office where there was a black woman in that office who pissed off one of the directors, and that director made her sit in a desk facing the wall for a year. She couldn't leave because she had a picture. She couldn't just quit her job. She had a family at home. This is Washington, and this is the type of dehumanizing shit they do. I wonder what it's like in Congress. It may be similar. And I know they chose to do it. It's not like they've been drafted. I get that. But I understand the mechanisms that they use to crush your spirit in this town. So, but...
While Tim was talking, I think this is a fantastic idea. Why just hold the vote or force the vote, on Nancy Pelosi for Medicare for all? I think we should get the top 3 best, most progressive issues and get all 3 issues. Why just have Medicare for all? Why just, I think that it's, the best idea. 72%, you got the popularity, you got the people behind it, and it's, been a progressive idea. David Sirotto, right, he's been talking about it for almost, 26 years now. So Medicare for all, and I wrote down racism, I don't know, maybe police brutality. We need to do a big thing with police brutality. Kamala the cop and Mr. Crime fucking Bill. Yeah, police brutality, Medicare for all, and $2,000 a month for the pandemic. What Tim Black said, and I agree with him, and I think it's actually a good point, how you couch it, how you pitch this to people. And it's saying during this pandemic, during this COVID-19 moment, this crisis, you never waste a good crisis. So what are we going to get for COVID-19? What are we going to get for, this Kung flu that's beating the shit out of America, tanking our economy? What the fuck are we going to get? The elites, robbing us blind with the CARES Act. What are we going to get? Shock doctrine right now, right? Poor people are getting fucked. And you're just getting a greater concentration of wealth. So I feel like pick 3 issues. I pick police brutality, $2,000 a month. Can black people, I don't know what black people as a whole would say is the most important issue in their lives. I would think economic is, probably a big one. I know it's a big one in mine. Racism, that seems like you could always just put a Band-Aid on it and you don't actually solve the damn thing. And so but I wrote that down, but then I thought police brutality and economic. I like the ideas better. So the Medicare for All, $2,000 a month, police brutality is what I think we should stand for right now. I think we should pitch the top 3 issues, and those are the top 3 issues, you know, for this COVID moment, COVID-19. It's kind of fucked up that the economy is tanking, everybody's wearing masks, and, you know, people are dying and shit, and yet cops are still fucking killing everybody. Nobody's even outside. Nobody's even doing shit. How come the cops just killed some black folks in Ohio, killed the teenagers in Florida? They're fucking killing, this fucking bullshit. Cops keep fucking killing people. Cops are pieces of shit. They're fascists. They're unaccountable. Here in Colorado, they passed some legislation, so there's a little bit of hope there. You could sue them now in their individual capacity. So, yeah, I think we should do top 3, not just one issue. So, Tim Black, you got, 2 other slots there to fill. If you could find something better than $2,000 a month and, doing something with police brutality, I would like to hear it.
But anyway, hey, this is my thought process over the last couple of days, Wolfpack. Wolfpack, here it is. Sorry it's that way. I'm sorry it sucks, but you got to do this anyway. Because that window of opportunity, is too small. We ain't got time. Fuck your feelings. Sorry. The job was dangerous when you took it. What can I tell you? I just want people to know I've considered it all. I want you to consider it all. And then we move forward anyway. People should weigh things, consider them carefully. It's not a flippant thing. This is important. It's worth the conversation. I've seen people talk about this relentlessly, doing multiple videos after videos. Have they really addressed this issue from a black perspective?
Tim Black's title is, "Do we really need a title, sir?" No more Pelosi. Hold the vote. Ben Dixon said some interesting things. I guess they're hearing a lot of shit because they're being critical of, Jimmy. They're grifters, so they will hear a lot of shit. So it seems like Ben Dixon, he seems like he's like, they love that Jimmy. They love that white boy. Those white people love their white boy. Talking about Ben Dixon, so they love their white boy. I feel like Tim Black is just getting a lot of criticism from a lot of white folks, and then he's just kind of like, fuck it, all right, shit, I hear you. You're right.
I don't know. That's my role. I heard it said today that some people have different roles in this. David Sirota has a role, and this person has a role, and that person has a role.
I don't know if David Sirota has a role.
So, I support holding the vote.
Woo!
The way things are going, I may never, ever vote for another Democrat. I have no idea. I haven't in the last 2 general elections. I don't know. I could probably go the rest of my life without voting for one if they don't earn my vote. I'm all aboard that. I advocate for that. I fight for that.
Me too.
I push that. That's the reason why I even do this job. Medicare for All is too important for me to sit on the sidelines and damn sure don't want another, the next pandemic, I guess I'll...
Who did Tim Black vote for?
When the next pandemic comes, we'll
2020, who did he vote for?
No, you're not going to catch me slipping like that. I'm not, no. I don't want there to be another pandemic for us to get the ability to say this. I wish it wouldn't have to be another George Floyd, though. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I wish there wouldn't have to be another Breonna Taylor. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
I wish 35% of black kids weren't living under poverty. You understand what I'm saying? I wish that wouldn't have to continue.
Police brutality, $2,000 a month.
Maybe we wouldn't have to have the biggest uprising since the civil rights movement, where people are in the streets against police brutality and racial injustice. I think that was a movement then, too. That was a moment there. There was a window there. And we didn't have this spirit. So, yeah, that pisses me off. But I can't let my anger for that missed opportunity that appears to be a missed opportunity.
I'll promise you this, Tim Black. If you see an opportunity like that again, you say, hey, jump on this, I'll hear you, and I'll say something. So, I was there. You just didn't see me.
I don't remember anybody else. I'll never talk to primary people who did not fight strong enough to introduce legislation to thwart mass incarceration. Qualified identity.